Hi guys, welcome back. So this week I thought of doing one video in a very different way. So earlier I was focusing more on how did the weekly trading in crude oil went about, but this week I would like to emphasize on the overall forecast on crude oil for the next upcoming week. That is from 20th August to 24th August. So in this video I'll basically try to highlight what is the overall trend of crude oil at present, and also what are the crucial factors in terms of macroeconomics which are going to impact the overall trend of the crude oil for the next upcoming week. Okay, as you can see, this is in one-day chart of crude oil. As you can see, from mid-July onwards, crude oil has been making lower highs. This LH is nothing but lower highs. It has been continuously making lower highs. So please pardon me for the diagram. I was short on time, so I just drawn it in a very rough manner. As you can see, crude oil is continuously making lower highs, and especially in August, the overall trend as on date is towards the downside. Okay, so if you ask me at present, what based on this month's data, the overall trend for crude is pretty bearish. Okay, now let's take a look at the macroeconomic factors or the events which are planned in the next week that are going to impact the price movement of crude oil. And as traders, we need to be aware of this information. So this information is basically available over the internet. So what I have done is I have read different sources and try to present in very precise overview about what are the important data points that we should keep in mind, since we all of us actively trade in crude oil. Okay, now let's see. As I told you, the overall market is weighing on the bearish factors. That means next week we can expect that the overall trend of crude can be towards the downside. As I said once again, this is just a prediction. There is no guarantee that the trend will be like this, but looking at the overall macroeconomic factors and the technicals, they do indicate a bit of bearishness in the crude oil market. And as you can see, both the worldwide indexes of crude, that is WTI crude and Brent, were continuously in the downtrend from the recent past weeks. If you plot the charts of both WTI crude and Brent in any websites which share the international data like TradingView, you can see that both of these factors are in both of these benchmark indexes for crude are in a downtrend. And also from the traders perspective, as all of you know, that Turkey markets are currently experiencing some kind of a downtrend. So what the macroeconomic factors are indicating today is that there can be a slight sluggishness in the overall demand, and the weakness in the Turkey markets can also point towards the decline in the overall prices of crude. And also the recent reports have confirmed, if you could see the last week's stockpiles report and also the oil supply reports, they confirmed that majority of the US energy companies in the recent past weeks, that is from the last 2 weeks, have ramped up their production at considerable numbers. That means they are increasing their production. So which means that the more the production, the lesser the demand for any commodity or anything per se as per economics. And other interesting fact is that the US rig count, generally this data comes out on every Friday night. So if you see this count, this last week, I mean to say this Friday, it was at 869, and this weekly count was unchanged compared to the previous week. So this also indicates that US energies are trying to ramp up their production. And few important dates which will determine the price or the overall movement of crude oil in the next upcoming week is that on 21st of August, American Petroleum Institute is going to publish an update on the US oil supplies, and on 22nd of August we are going to get the stockpiles report, and on 24th of August we are going to get the rig oil count. So if you ask me personally, I would have my eyes open for two specific reports, that is for reports on 21st of August and for the stockpiles report on 22nd of August, which would determine the movement of crude up to 90%. Since the oil rig count comes out on Friday, when you compare the weightage of these two reports, which is the American Petroleum Institute weekly update on US oils and also US Energy Department stockpiles report, both these will play a weightage factor of 80%, and the US oil rig count report will play a weightage of 20%. So these are few of the key factors which I feel that will play a major role in determining the overall trend for crude. So as I said, let's see how the market plays out, because market is never short of surprises. And thank you very much for watching this video, and I do feel that this is really helpful for you. If you have any comments or feedback, please do leave them in the comment section below. I'll try to answer your queries. Thank you.